to let you go. My last link with home.
Not as hard as it is for me.
Branson.
I know I shouldn't say it, but I can't keep it in any longer.
I wish you would.
I've told myself and told myself you're too far above me. But things are changing. When the war is over, the world won't be the same place as it was when it started. And I'll make something of myself, I promise.
I know you will.
Then bet on me. And if your family cast you off, it won't be forever. They'll come around. And until they do, I promise to devote every waking minute to your happiness.
I'm terribly flattered.
Don't say that.
Why not?
Because flattered is a word posh people use when they're getting ready to say no.
That sounds more like you.
Please don't make fun of me.
No.
It's cost me all I've got to say these things. Right. I'll go. I'll hand in my notice and I won't be there when you get back.
No, don't do that.
I must. They won't let me stay when they've heard what I said.
They won't hear. Not from me.
Branson, when you've finished unloading, run down to the hospital and remind Lady Sybil that we expect her here for dinner. And tell her I mean it. Really. They're working her like a pack horse in a mine.
I think she enjoys it, though.
Please tell her to come home in time to change.
I can't possibly come. Really, Mama is incorrigible.
It's not poor Branson's fault.
But what is the point of Mama's soirees? What are they for?
Well, I'm going up for dinner tonight and I'm glad. Is that wrong?
Carson's told Papa you've been called up.
There's no need to look so serious.
You'd think me rather heartless if I didn't.
I'm not going to fight.
You'll have to.
I will not. I'm going to be a conscientious objector.
They'll put you in prison.
I'd rather prison than the Dardanelles.
What will you tell them?
On my own good time.
I don't understand.
I'll go to the medical. I'll report for duty. Then when on parade, I'll march out front and I'll shout it loud and clear. And if that doesn't make the newspapers, then I'm a monkey's uncle.
But you'll have a record for the rest of your life.
At least I'll have a life.
Just take this into the hall for me. Of course. Are you waiting for Papa? You want me to go and find him?
They turned me down. The army.
Why?
Apparently, I have a heart murmur. Or, to be more precise, a mitral valve prolapse is causing a pansystolic murmur.
I don't know what to say. Is it dangerous?
Only if you're planning to humiliate the British Army. I suppose you're glad.
You're not going to be killed and you're not going to go to prison. Of course I'm glad.
Don't count your chickens. If I don't get them one way, I'll get them another.
Why do you have to be so angry all the time? I know we weren't exactly at our best, Nyland.
Not at your best. Not at your best. I lost a cousin in the Easter Rising last year.
You never said.
So I'm saying it now. He was walking down North King Street one day, and an English soldier saw him and shot him dead. When they asked why he was killed, the officer said, because he was probably a rebel. So don't say you were not at your best.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but we're going to have to step on it.
Yes, pneumonia, not a bullet.
No. Yes.
I don't envy you. Decent surgeon can change your war.
Why did you promise Carson not to stage any more protests when you wouldn't promise me?
I had my reasons.
You won't be content to stay at Downton forever, will you? Tinkering away at an engine instead of fighting for freedom. I thought you joined the Rising in Dublin last Easter.
Might have. If it hadn't been put down in 6 short bloody weeks. Don't fret. The real fight for Ireland will come after the war, and I'll be ready for it. I told you that in the papers. You're not the only one. The truth is, I'll stay in Downton until you want to run away with me.
Don't be ridiculous.
You're too scared to admit it. But you're in love with me.
Branson, could you take me into Ripon at 3? I'm getting some things for Mama. Is there anything you want?
Nothing you can find in Ripon.
What were you talking to Branson about? When I came into the yard?
Nothing.
Then why were you there?
Why were you there?
Because I was ordering the motor. That is why one talks to chauffeurs, isn't it? To plan journeys by road.
He's a person. You can discuss other things.
I'm sure he can. But not with you.
What do you want from me? Am I to see if Sir Richard Carlyle has a younger brother? One who's even richer than he is?
Darling, what's the matter with you? I'm on your side.
Then be on my side.
But the truth is, I'll stay at Downton until you want to run away with me.
Sybil, I never said anything to Granny, honestly.
Then why did she suddenly start talking about inappropriate friendships out of nowhere?
She thinks you must have a beau, and if we don't know about him, then you have to be keeping him secret. It's just Granny being Granny. Don't make such a thing of it.
I don't deserve to be told off. Not by her or by you. Nothing's happened.
Why? What might have happened?
I mean it. We haven't kissed or anything. I don't think we've shaken hands. I'm not even sure if I like him like that. He says I do, but I'm still not sure.
We are talking about
Branson, yes.
the chauffeur, Branson.
Oh, how disappointing of you.
I'm just trying to get it straight in my head. You and the chauffeur.
Oh, no, you know I don't care about all of that.
Oh, darling, darling, don't be such a baby. This isn't fairyland. What did you think? You'd marry the chauffeur and we'd all come to tea.
Don't be silly. I told you, I don't even think I like him.
What has he said to you?
That he loves me and he wants me to run away with him.
Good God in heaven.
He's frightfully full of himself.
You don't say.
I haven't encouraged him. I haven't said anything, really.
You haven't given him away, though.
Will you?
Well, I won't betray him on one condition. You must promise not to do anything stupid. You must promise now, or I'll tell Papa tonight.
I promise. So Bates is back. Papa must be pleased.
And Mr. Carson won't be sorry.
Branson, there's something you ought to know. I've told Mary.
I see. Well, that's me finished then. Without a reference.
No, she's not like that. You don't know her. She wouldn't give us away.
But you won't encourage us.
No. Why are you smiling? I thought you'd be angry.
Because that's the first time you've ever spoken about us. If you didn't care, you would have told them months ago.
Oh, I see. Because I don't want you to lose your job, it must mean I'm madly in love with you.
Well, doesn't it?
You say I'm a free spirit, and I hope I am. But you're asking me to give up my whole world and everyone in it.
Well, that's too high a price to pay.
It is a high price. I love my parents. You don't know them. And I love my sisters and my friends.
I'm not asking you to give them up forever. When they come around, I will welcome them with open arms.
And what about your people? Would they accept me? And what about my work?
What work? Bringing hot drinks to a lot of randy officers. Look, it comes down to whether or not you love me. That's all. That's it. The rest is detail.
Can you drive me to the hospital?
Aren't you needed here? I've already taken Lady Mary down.
I know. I want to be with her when Captain Corley arrives. They can manage without me here for a while.
Is she still in love with him?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why? Because I'm the chauffeur.
No, because she's my sister.
You're good at hiding your feelings, aren't you? All of you. Much better than we are.
Perhaps. But we do have feelings, and don't make the mistake of thinking we don't. Mary's telephoned. She'll be on a late train. It gets in at 11.
All right. How's William?
So sad. Edith's taken care of him, but there's nothing to be done. We're waiting, really. What is it?
They shot the Tsar and all of his family.
How terrible.
I'm sorry. I'll not deny it. I never thought they'd do it. But sometimes the future needs terrible sacrifices. You thought that once.
If you mean my politics, you know we've agreed to put that to one side until the war is won.
Your lot did. But Sylvia Pankhurst was all for fighting on.
Don't badger me, please.
Sometimes a hard sacrifice must be made for a future that's worth having. That's all I'm saying. That's up to you.
I wish I knew how an engine worked.
I can teach you if you'd like.
That's Edith's territory.
Thought you were avoiding me.
Of course not.
But you haven't come up with an answer yet, have you?
Not yet, I'm afraid. I know you want to play your part in Ireland's troubles, and I respect that. But I just can't think about it all until the war is over. It won't be long now. So will you wait?
I'd wait forever.
I'm not asking for forever. Just a few more weeks.
You look very fine.
Everything I own is from my season before the war. I'm trying to wear them out. Where have you been all day?
Nowhere. I've just been busy.
I envy you. I feel so flat after the rush and bustle of the last 2 years. They were sighing for the old days at dinner, but all I could do is think about how much more I want from life now than I did then.
Does this mean that you've made up your mind? At last?
Not quite, but almost.
What do you mean, how did she say